Hey there, Lonson here from True Embodiment, and today I wanted to talk about the hidden aspects of change. Oftentimes when we're going in a new direction, there's all of these things that we don't consider that is almost more impactful than the things that we do see, right? And when we're looking to start a new course, a new direction, whether it's, change simply our fitness routine, or, we want a new career direction, or, um, you want to change from employment to being self-employed. There's, there's often aspects to that process that we don't factor in initially that are impacting how smoothly we're able to make that change. Um, we often think of the things like all the things that we need to do. We'll make lists. We will, um, set up new routines. And although that stuff is important, it often mistakes or misses the things that happen beneath the surface that actually help create the change that we're wanting. And this often comes wrapped. Change often comes wrapped in discomfort. There's a newness in the experience that's coming in, and it will feel uncomfortable. Not only that, but what I found in my experience is a lot of times when we're making a new, or we're orienting to a new north, that or a truer north for us, that a lot of things that come up is the mental projections, or the things, the negative Nelly inside, the reasons why something can happen. And if we are in our experience, it can be easy to listen to those voices and think that it's us. But what I've realized in my own experience is that that's actually not us. That's the mental part of the process that comes up to be cleared. And the way that we realize that is by being in the observer position inside of us. But I'll get on to more how we can address that later. Uh, really, okay. So as we reorient to the new path, it's going to feel uncomfortable, especially as we're taking steps in that direction. And so the first thing is to be with the uncomfortable feeling without getting into action, without looking to action to solve that feeling. It's just simply being able to be with it. Because by being with the difficulty of the emotion, of the feeling, we increase our capacity to stand on that path. So that's the first thing that I would recommend, right? And the second thing is, as I was saying, all of these mental projections will come up. It's like you'll see all the reasons why something can happen. You may get these impressions that you may hear all these voices of things people are saying to you as to why it can't happen. All of that is produced inside of us, right? And it's to increase our tolerance to shed that stuff, to be able to sit with all of those things and push them out of the picture, to get clear on what is the actual piece. How does your thinking need to be aligned with this new path? And so there's a bit of a pruning phase that we go through, where it's cutting out all of that excess beliefs, limiting beliefs from the past that show up, and it shows up to be cleared. I think that life has such an amazing design built into it that we're a part of, right? But we don't often see it because we are in the process. And a part of being in the process is to actually be centered in the process, to not identify with those thoughts that come up, but to be able to see them, to clear them, and to know that no, that's not the case. I can be successful in doing this. And so, there's tools I would recommend too, and I'll get to that in a second. But as an example, so yeah, going full time into my business, I wanted to make this change for a while, but I was kind of sitting on the fence, or I would shift. I would go over and do it for a bit and then come off, and need to get part-time jobs and employ myself because I was uncomfortable. I couldn't deal with the discomfort of that feeling. I needed to feed the need. It was like, oh my God, all of those mental projections that came up, and the uncomfortable feeling was enough to get me back on the regular track again, until it's like I stopped and was able to feel the feelings associated with it, the discomfort, deal with the mental projections that come up. And as all that stuff clears, it's like my capacity strengthens to be on the self-employment track. So yeah, some tools I would recommend is a journal. Definitely a journal is an amazing tool. What you want to track is just, in the beginning, I would suggest tracking all of the stuff that comes up, all of the mental projections that come up as to why. Because you really want to look at each one of those individually and assess for truth. Is this true? Is this the way it is? Am I going to fail if I take another step on that track? Or is this just more of the mental conditioning that's coming up? Excuse me. The other thing is just to orient, at least in the beginning, not to action, but to not doing things, to be present to what's happening inside of your body, to be able to even just lay down, close your eyes, and see where things are occurring inside of your body. Where are you feeling discomfort? Where are you feeling this pull to get up and do something? And just sit there with it. And you may have to do this a few times before it starts to really change for you, right? So important. So yeah, I would recommend just really anchoring into that process before looking at your lists, before looking at the things that need to occur in order to bring something about, is that there's a whole first part of the process, and that's reorienting the emotions, the mind to that new path, the body to that new path, to understand that it's going to be a very different experience that you're traveling, right? And if we omit this part of the process, that's normally where we end up slipping back, because we're not bringing our full selves into the change. We're only thinking about it from the mind state of what needs to occur. So anyway, I hope that helps today. And you're doing well wherever you are. Okay, take care.